not going to be doing that. I will enable the Advantage campaign budget. So this is going to be a CBO, essentially campaign budget optimization, which is going to have one budget for the top, and then everything within this, all the different ads, they will be run based on this budget. And it's going to allocate budget according to what is essentially working the best and actually converting the best. So it's a good way to kind of not spend too much money on ads that don't work and ultimately spend more on ads that do work. So again, you're going to choose your budget here for something that you're okay to run for about a month or even longer. Hopefully you can find some good ads within a couple weeks, but really you want to have this, you want to think of this as money that you're investing into finding the right ad. So I'm going to say $50 a day for a month, something that I'm totally fine with doing to get the right ad to eventually scale up after that. Patience is absolutely key right here. We can schedule our budget if we know that, hey, you know, during the day this is going to convert better, or at night it's going to convert better, depending on what the product is. I'm going to leave that off. I'm fine with any time period, and Meta can decide that for me. You can do A/B testing here. We will be doing our own testing later, so I'm just going to click on next, and that brings us down to the new sales ad set. So for this one, I'm going to name it. So the ad sets are really going to be focused more so on like the audiences. So for this one, I'm just going to call this ad set 1, and we can choose where the conversion location is. This is going to be on our website, so we will have our pixel. You can see the data set right there is connecting that pixel. We're maximizing the number of conversions. That is our goal, unless you're trying to maximize, you know, link clicks or reach or page views. But for a store, for an online store, it's almost definitely going to be conversions. That's really what your goal is. The conversion event is going to be, let's say we want an actual purchase, but you could have, as you see there, many other things like adding to your cart. For the actual pixel, what is it tracking? Well, if we click on setup conversions, I would recommend just, you know, standard events. If you click on that, you can choose what are you really selling. So e-commerce and retail, that's going to make a lot of sense. If you're doing education or whatever, they might have some different events that are being tracked. But again, this is going to make sense for most of the online stores out there. Purchase, like I said, is what we're really trying to do here. And we can say go to test events just to make sure it's actually working. And I'm just going to say done. Scrolling down, we can choose our budget and our schedule. We already have that set at the campaign level, so I'm not going to do a whole lot down here. The audience controls, if you want to change anything, you could have, you know, some restrictions right there. I think your location in the United States is really all I'm targeting right here. That's the only place I'm shipping at least. And then the audience, the Advantage Plus audience, this is going to essentially try to find the best audience for our ads. Meta already kind of does this anyway, but if you want to, like if you just want to say, hey, figure it out, do your own thing, you know, of course Meta is going to do that. You could switch to original audience options, and if you click on use original, you'll see some options show up here, like if you want to choose the age group or the gender or the languages or, you know, interests and behaviors, you can create all of that. And so that's something that you totally can set up. If you have audiences that are saved from past campaigns, you could also use those right here. And that's going to be a little bit different than the Advantage Plus audience. I don't think it really matters that much which one you're doing. A lot of beginners might find great success with just Advantage Plus audience, unless you really know who you're going for, in which case you might want to select this. Down here, the placements, I think that looks fine. I can see more options, any other